what's going on? So, this is something that I've wanted to talk to you guys about for a while, and, you know, it's kind of a lengthy topic, and it's kind of a controversial topic, I guess you can say, just because there's so much involved with what goes on in this. But I want to talk to you guys today about the Disney College Program Facebook groups. So basically, the Facebook groups, they're basically a part of every single college program season, whether it be spring or fall. And it's basically a way, well, it's supposed to be a way for everyone to, you know, get to know each other, post roommate surveys, get information about the program, ask a bunch of different questions to either people that are already doing the program or for alumni. You know, it's basically just something to help you move along with the application process if you need any help at all whatsoever. Unfortunately, however, the Disney College Program Facebook groups, I'm just going to say DCP Facebook groups, the Facebook groups, they've kind of grown into something that can be, I guess you can say, problematic. And I guess the one best word to describe the Facebook groups is drama. I cannot explain to you enough how much drama is on the Facebook groups. I mean, like, this was my first season being on the Facebook groups, you know, because I just had a strong feeling that I was going to get into the program this time around, and I figured I would join the Facebook groups after I heard that there were actually Facebook groups, since I learned that it was a thing. And basically all the drama that happens during the spring is happening again with the fall. The applications for the fall have already dropped, and so people are applying, and, you know, the fall pages are really blowing up now. And I've been a member of the fall pages for several months now because I plan on extending during my program into the fall. And basically the same crap that's been going on in the spring is happening to the fall now. And from what I hear, it's an endless cycle. It always happens. So let's get into it. Okay, so for the spring, I guess you can say the spring Facebook pages for the 2015 season were created, I would have to guesstimate, about March timeframe of last year, around the time that the fall applications were just wrapping up, and people that already knew that they weren't getting into the fall program, they went ahead and they started joining the spring, you know, Facebook groups in hopes that they would get into the spring program. And, you know, when the pages first open up, and I use pages plural for a reason. When the pages first open up, you know, there's only a few hundred members in there, you know, just people that were NLIC during the fall application season that really want to try again for the spring, which is no big deal at all, absolutely no problem. But I joined around May, I believe. Yeah, it was probably May when I joined my first Facebook group for the spring. And things were rather confusing as time progressed because, you know, originally there was just one Facebook group for spring. And, you know, it had, you know, it was like Disney College Program Spring 2015, Spring Advantage, you know, whatever. And a couple months later, some idiot decided they wanted to be an administrator of another DCP Facebook group that had the exact same name. He went out there and created another Disney College Program Spring Advantage 2015 Facebook group with the same exact name, same uppercase, lowercase letters, dashes, and everything. And even the same cover photo as the original Facebook group. The original Facebook group was the one that I was already a part of. And as time progressed, it became very, very confusing to everyone that was joining the Facebook groups as, you know, the spring applications were about to drop. People were posting on both Facebook groups, which one's the original, I don't know which one to join, which one is real, which one has the most members. Eventually it just came down to looking at your member count. The member count of the original Facebook group was larger than the Doppelganger Facebook group. So, I mean, like, that's how I based it off of. I posted most of my stuff on one Facebook group, but eventually it got to the point where both of the Facebook group member counts equaled out. So everyone was just posting stuff on both Facebook groups. So anything that anyone posted on one Facebook group, they posted it on another one, because it's a way for everyone to see it, and you're most likely going to get a response or an answer. So that's just one aspect of the complication that is the Facebook groups. That's just one aspect, that there were two spring Facebook groups. And then, of course, from, you know, the one Facebook groups, you have all the different branches of other subgroups within the spring groups. And in all honesty, some of these groups were getting kind of ridiculous. Like, there was a page specifically for Disney College Program memes. Like, it was just a page for people to post memes or pictures or funny pictures about Disney or whatever. And I mean, like, I guess that was okay. I was a member of that for a while before I hightailed it out of there, because more drama developed from that, which I'll get into in a little bit. Let's see. There was a page made for guys, a page made for girls. There were different pages made for, there was a page for white people, I believe, and pages for different races. There's pages out there for attractions, custodial, and things like that. There's pages out there for what apartment complex you want to live in. There was literally a page for anything. Anyone could make a page for anything. They could make a page for nose pickers, for all I know. I don't know. There's so many of them out there. It's absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so the next bit of drama that I have for you that came out of the Facebook groups was the creation of the DCP Spring Crushes page. And it wasn't even, I mean, like, originally it was a Facebook group. It was a Facebook group and people actually used it. But eventually it got out of hand and it became a Tumblr page. And I cannot begin to tell you how much controversy and issues that page has created amongst the different Facebook groups. Primarily the two original Facebook groups, the original and the Doppelganger. The Tumblr page absolutely blew up. It was a page meant for people to post anonymously of who they thought were cute in the program. You know, people could be like, oh, this and this person has the most amazing eyes, or oh, this and this person is so beautiful. You know, things guys and girls could go on there and post whoever they thought was cute. At least that was the original purpose. Eventually it got to the point of, oh, I'm gonna go and have sex with this person, or oh, I'd love to have sex with that person. Then it escalated to bullying. People started throwing out names of people in the Facebook groups and started bashing them for their looks, how they talked, their activity on the Facebook groups. It honestly began to become a bullying page. And honestly, it lasted probably till about October, November. I haven't seen much anything else from the Crushes page at all for months. And for a point, it was really crazy. And with all that other bullying that was going on in the Crushes page, that drama carried over into the two Facebook groups, the two primary Facebook groups for the spring. And with all that added drama in the Facebook groups that transferred over from the Tumblr page, brings me to my next issue with the Facebook groups. It was the administrators, the admins, as people like to call them. Both Facebook groups started off with an original set of admins. There was maybe like 3 or 4 admins per group, and those people are basically in charge of regulating the Facebook groups. They see everything that's posted, and they have the ability to take down whatever they want if they don't like what they're seeing, or they can, you know, make changes to the Facebook group. They can kick people out. They can do whatever they want to the Facebook groups, however they so please. And people, I guess, just saw the admins as power-hungry, for lack of better terms, excuse my French, assholes. You know, because I can't tell you enough how many admins have gone through the Facebook groups. There was the original set of admins, and then I guess from what I saw, everyone in the Facebook groups rose to power and rose up against the admins, and they started, impeaching the admins. Sorry to get political here, but that's literally what happened. A revolution grew in the Facebook groups, and they started impeaching admins, and more admins were being elected as admins. And it all starts with, you know, some people that are like really popular, or DCP celebrities on the Facebook groups, which is a term that is complete and total, sorry, bullshit. And, you know, people that think they're popular, or people that think that these other people are popular, God forbid someone says something the admin doesn't like, and the admin has the power to, snap their fingers, and that person is, boom, out of the group. And they're not allowed to post anything or see anything from the groups again. And that happens on multiple occasions. There were people that were very popular among the other, people in the Facebook groups, and they were kicked out, and everyone, had a revolution and an uproar about that person leaving, and they eventually forced an admin out of office. It's happened multiple times. And in my opinion, I stayed away from that. It was absolutely ridiculous. I did not want to be a part of that. It was just crazy. This drama just goes on and on and on. I'm only going to talk about some of it. Okay, so the next bit of drama is the rivalries between the Facebook groups. Primarily, the memes page. Everyone had a stink with the memes page. Mostly because, the admins of the original 2 Facebook groups, they, censored everything. You weren't allowed to post anything that was negative or sexual or things that could be taken the wrong way, because people out there can get butthurt over any little thing. You know what I mean? So it was really bad. There was a good couple hundred people in the memes page when there was over a good 1,000 in the original 2 Facebook groups, and there was always a rivalry between the 2 groups. People in the original 2 Facebook groups would bash people from the memes page, or just bash the memes page in general, and then the memes page would come back and they would start bullying other people from the other 2 pages, or they would just come back with some smart aleck response. And it was crazy for a while. The 2 pages were really at each other's throats, and it was, I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of entertaining to watch. And every time someone posted something about another person or something controversial, the feeds would just blow up. Comments everywhere, people posting pictures of Michael Jackson eating popcorn, getting ready for the excitement, because people love drama. The Facebook pages, when they first started, were all about drama, and I'm very happy that they're not about that right now. The drama has completely fizzled out, and there's hardly any drama at all. And from what I've seen, the only kind of issues that I've seen are from people that are already there that are complaining about people in the apartment complexes. Okay, so going back to the original purposes of the Facebook groups were supposed to be a means of people to communicate with each other, get to know each other, and to ask people questions that they have about the program in general. It was also a good way to find out when applications dropped. As soon as applications dropped, boom, the feeds blew up on the Facebook groups. Apps dropped, apps dropped, apps dropped, go apply, go apply, go apply. And for the next 2 solid weeks, this is happening again with the fall group now, and I'm following the fall group, so this is all I'm seeing from the fall groups. First, the applications drop. There's that wave of people that absolutely have to post on the Facebook groups. The applications dropped. 100 other people haven't already done that already, in case no one knows. Then, after the first week, there's people, or after the first couple of days as a matter of fact, they submit their initial application. And then you get the wave of people that say, I got the web-based interview, I got the WBI, oh my god, I'm so excited. Then, a couple days after that, I passed the WBI, I'm getting the phone interview, oh my god, what the heck is life? And there's people excited over that. And then there's a bunch of people that ask a bunch of questions, asking advice, asking about their top roles, asking a bunch of different things, which is cool. I like seeing that. I remember going through that during the spring pages. It was exciting, because I was going through I wasn't able to apply until September, which was a month after the applications dropped. So I was just really just sitting back and watching and just taking it all in as it was happening before I got a chance to do it. But anyways, it's fun to watch it happening again, which is no big deal at all. Then come the phone interviews. Applications dropped on Monday this week. I forgot what date, I'm not going to remember what date. But yeah, they dropped Monday this week. And it's the end of the week now, and people are already having their phone interviews. People have already taken their phone interviews, they're still scheduling it, they're doing whatever they're doing with their phone interviews. And now, the NLICs are coming. People are taking their phone interviews and are being NLIC'd from whatever reason they have to NLIC them. Whether they didn't make it past the web-based interview or whether they didn't make it past the phone interview. And now, people are going into submission again. The submissions thing is happening. There was even a Facebook group for submissions. People that were in submission, there was a Facebook group for that for the spring. Which I highly think it's going to happen again for the fall. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind that it's going to happen again. So yeah, people are getting NLIC. And, you know, for the next, I'd say, month until the end of March, when either the beginning or mid-March, when acceptances start going out for the fall, it's going to be a bunch of questions, you know, saying I'm in submission, or I'm in progress, what does this mean, or what is it? Or I'm been pended, you know, what does this mean? There's going to be a bunch of people asking, what does this mean? What does that mean? You know, what should I do? Should I call recruiting? Yeah. There's going to be a lot of that. So if you're in the fall groups now, just be prepared for it. It's just going to happen. So just get used to it. Now, something that happened with the spring that I thought was pretty interesting. You know, a bunch of waves would come out of acceptances. You know, when the first wave of acceptances came out, the feeds blew up again. People are getting accepted. There's waves. There's waves. Oh my God. Typically what would happen is that there would be a wave every other day, or if not once or twice a week. And typically the waves would either go out in the morning, in mid-afternoon, or in the evening time. In the morning, the acceptances would roll out at about 8 o'clock. That's when the wave of acceptances comes out for that day. The next wave would typically be around 12, 1 o'clock, and this is all Eastern time. This is all Eastern time. 12, 1 o'clock Eastern time. The final wave of the day, if they had multiple waves that day, would come out at 6, around 5 or 6 o'clock. And I remember being in school and checking my Facebook and seeing people getting accepted different times of the day. And I remember feeling really bad because I haven't been accepted yet. It was going on the end of October when I was getting ready to just give up because it seemed like everyone else was getting accepted but me. And I remember it's a very dark feeling, and it's not a very fun feeling. And you guys in the fall groups now, you're going to experience that. A lot of people are going to get accepted before you. And I was pended. I was in the pending group, and I thought I had no chance after being pended. But don't worry. If you're pended, you do have a chance. A bunch of people that were pended, and even people that were in submission, got in the program. So don't worry. There's always a chance. Just do not give up, no matter how dark it gets. So something that also happened with the spring groups is that, you know, the last day for acceptances to roll out was November 17th or 11th. One of those two. November something was the last day for the acceptances to roll out for the spring. And everyone was anticipating that date. Everyone that either was in submission, was pended, or was not accepted at all, or haven't heard anything back, you know, waited for that day. And unfortunately for me, what I saw was that a lot of people that were not accepted yet, that had to wait until the very last day to find out if they were accepted or not, did not get in. And as sad as that is, you know, it honestly sucks. You know, I can only imagine how it must feel to be waiting until the very last day, hoping and dreaming that you would get into this program, and you didn't get in on the very last day. They kept you waiting and waiting and waiting just to say, sorry, it's a no-go. You know, I can only imagine that. And what came after that last day is something that I like to call acceptance shaming. There's, you know, different kinds of shaming out there. There's fat shaming, there's slut shaming, there's shaming out there. And people that were not accepted started acceptance shaming. They started going to the Facebook groups and they started bashing people for being accepted. You know, people that were accepted, they were going on the Facebook groups and they were so excited. They were posting, they're like, oh my God, I got accepted for the fall, for the spring advantage, or for the spring, you know, or I'm going to Disney World, you know, things like that. People were excited. And the people that did not get accepted that day, they were pissed. And you can tell people were pissed. They went on the Facebook groups and they started commenting on people's acceptances, and they started telling them to shut the hell up or don't say any of this. How could you be so inconsiderate when there's people that weren't accepted? You know, things like that. And it honestly got really bad. People that were being accepted were getting upset with the people that did not get accepted, only because they were going around crushing on people's, you know, happiness and being a Debbie Downer and pooping on their parties, you know? And it happened to me too. As soon as I got accepted, you know, I went on the Facebook groups and I posted, you know, I got accepted. Oh my God, this was my 4th time applying and I finally got in. You know, I was happy. I had every right to be happy with how long I have waited and how long I have tried. And when people started bashing me because they didn't get accepted for the wave that day, you know, I was not putting up with that. I was not putting up with that. I honestly went into the Facebook groups and I said, look, I'm sorry that you did not get accepted, but that does not mean that you have to, you know, crush on other people's dreams and, you know, and aspirations and make them feel bad about themselves just because you personally did not get accepted. There's always a next time, unless you're waiting to apply for your last semester of college, which I don't know why you're even waiting for that. So yeah, I went on there and I posted that I wasn't going to put up with this and it should really stop. And a lot of people backed me up on it, which was very surprising. I was not expecting that. Okay, so once all the applications are finished and all the acceptances have been rolled out, the Facebook groups really become nothing more than online dating, so to speak. Because everyone's posting their roommate surveys now. Now is the time. You know who's accepted into the program. Everyone who's been NLIC'd has moved on to the fall pages, you know, because by November there were already fall pages out there because I had already joined one because I wanted to extend. And, you know, for the spring pages, it's nothing but roommate surveys. And, you know, everyone had a different roommate survey. People were posting either videos on YouTube of their roommate surveys or typing it out and posting it on the Facebook groups. It was just basically online dating kind of thing. And people would go around asking people, hey, you want to room with us? And, you know, they said, yeah, sure. And, you know, they get into whatever group they were in for that amount of time, and they start talking to people, and then at a certain point, either some people realize that hey, maybe this isn't the group that I want to be a part of, or I really like these guys, let's hang out. You know, for me, I probably hopped between two different two different roommate groups for the spring, and finally I settled on one with a bunch of great guys that you're going to get a chance to meet this weekend. I'm going to be vlogging me meeting them, and you're going to get to know them very well. And there's just a great group of guys. So I'm very happy about that. But the other two that I was a part of, they just didn't really suit my fancy. I'm not going to say anything else about it. They just weren't a match for me. So as sad as that sounds, it happens. And everyone, you know, they bounce back and forth between roommate groups. It happens. It's online dating, and you just got to find your perfect match. You know, because the roommates are really an important thing. You know, if you don't have good roommates, you're not going to enjoy your program. Like, I'd have to say, like, probably 50% of the happiness from your program comes from hanging out with your roommates and getting along with them. If you don't get along with your roommates, you're not going to have a good time, guaranteed. It's just how it works. So, I mean, like, I really have a good, strong feeling about these guys, you know. I've already met one of my roommates. I've hung out with him several times because he lives 30 minutes away from me. So, we've hung out several times. We've gone to the movies, we've hung out, we've done things, you know. It's a lot of fun. And I highly recommend doing that. If you can find someone that is close to you and that you want to room with, go out and meet them and have fun. Get to know them. You might, you know, really like this guy or girl, however you... if you're a guy or a girl, and you might want to room with them, which is what's happening with me. So yeah, for a good long time, it's going to be a bunch of roommate surveys until the check-in dates start coming out. People for the spring started checking into Disney World January 12th. That was the first check-in date, I believe. And after that, people, you know, started posting on the Facebook groups, you know, their check-in times, what apartment complex they're in, their role, and where they're working, and, you know, people posting pictures of the check-in thing and everything, people posting pictures on casting, and honestly, the Facebook groups for the spring are a lot nicer now as compared to before. You know, the Facebook groups, it's basically a part of the Disney College program culture. You know, if you're not a part of the Facebook groups, then you're missing out on quite a bit. I mean, yeah, at the beginning, the drama was bad, and it got progressively worse and worse, and it's going to happen. The drama is only going to get worse before it gets better. And I'm already seeing in the fall groups, there's rivalries between certain groups. Because there's subgroups that are growing in popularity, and then there's the original group that doesn't want to be dominated. And the two groups butt heads with each other. And, you know, it's shots fired over here, shots fired over there. It's going to happen. So just get used to the drama and just kind of move on with it. In my opinion, what I would recommend doing, join the Facebook groups early, get to know a couple people, and see if you can make some friendships. And then stick around until you find out the application drops. Once you find out the application dropped, leave the Facebook groups for a while. Just take a break from it. Don't worry about it. Just leave the Facebook groups. And, you know, typically it takes about a month or so for acceptances to roll out, so you have that long to wait before you even find out if you got accepted or not. So you can stay away from the Facebook groups for that long. Once you find out you're accepted, then I would recommend going back into the Facebook groups and posting a roommate survey to start searching for roommates for people who have been accepted already, you know? And maybe find a Facebook group that was made for your role or for whatever you're interested in. There's most likely going to be a Facebook group out there for whatever you are interested in. So I highly recommend doing that. Alright guys, so this was basically my personal rundown of the Facebook groups and what my experience was during the spring application process through the Facebook groups. It's a lot of drama, but at the same time, you know, you gotta have fun with it. Don't be mean, don't bully people, but just have fun with it. You know, talk to people, get to know people, make roommates, and make friends. That's basically what I recommend to you guys. Just go in there and have fun. Don't add to any of the drama. If you have an issue with someone, just talk about it. Don't bash them behind their back on the Facebook groups, okay guys? So yeah, today's Friday, the 30-something, either the 31st or it's probably the 30th. And I leave tomorrow to Disney. I check into the Art of Animation Resort tomorrow, Saturday, and I check in on Monday to the Disney College program. And it's honestly, it feels surreal. I'm very excited. I'm so ready to go. A lot of my things are being packed. As we're talking right now, I have all of my laundry in the washing machine, washing, you know, getting ready to pack all that stuff up. This is going to be a lot of fun. A lot more videos are going to come. Like I said before, I'm going to do a tour of the Art of Animation. I am going to post videos of my roommates. I'm going to post videos from the Super Bowl party that I'm going to have. And I'm going to post videos from the parks. From whatever I do, I'm going to bring my camera. So, hope you guys are ready for an awesome Disney adventure. Until the next video, I'll see you later.